Did everybody pay the $5 to come in today? You did? Good. This time I'd like to call the meeting of the Board of Commissioners, regular meeting July 16. This time I'll ask City Clerk Beth Davis to please call the roll.
Commissioner Pam Smithwright.
Here.
Commissioner Sharon Neesmith.
Here.
Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mark Caslen.
Here.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Here.
Okay. If you would stand, if you're able, please remove your caps. Commissioner Glenn will lead us in the invocation and the pledge.
Bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings of living in this wonderful community and this beautiful Commonwealth. Lord, we thank you for all of the many positives that you provide, a safe place to live, a wonderful place to raise a family and to live and to work. But Lord, of course, we have concerns, and in the wake of the horrific events in Pennsylvania, Lord, we want to lift up a plea for more peaceful and kind discourse by everyone involved in the political process. We're thankful that President Trump was injured but not seriously harmed. We want also lift up condolences to the family of the firefighter who was lost protecting his family in the midst of that rally, and the two other people who are still recovering in the hospital. There is never a place for violence in our political discourse. Lord, we also want to lift up our great city employees at every level. They do such a great job keeping our community moving and making this such a wonderful place to live, from our first responders to our parks and recreation folks, to our sanitation workers, to everyone who works operating the administrative functions of the city. Lord, bless them, protect them, and thank them for all they do. And finally, Lord, we want to lift up this decision-making body. Help us to make good decisions that are pleasing unto you and adhere to the golden rule. In Jesus' name, amen. And now let's go to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Glenn. Next item on the agenda, presentations. We have some quitters on our job today. Retirement recognitions, July the 31st, 2024. First, I'll read this. I guess I should go out here and do this, huh? Okay, y'all bear with me. They all on here? Figures. Okay, let's get this thing going. All right, see you, madam. Okay. Captain Trey Davidson, please come forward, alias Corn. Sorry, they told me to say that. Just don't ask the story. Don't ask the story. That's a good idea. Pretty cool. Captain Trey Davidson began his career at the city of Owensboro on October 11th, 2004 as a firefighter. He spent many years at Station 3 on Cravens Avenue developing his skills as a first responder until his promotion to fire lieutenant in 2011. Trey focused on the development of his engine company at Station 3, proud to be the first team to make an aggressive fight against structure fire or to render aid to the ill or injured. In 2020, he was promoted to the role of fire captain, where he has taken on management and project responsibilities, making tremendous contributions to OFD. He played a pivotal role in the procurement of OFD's records management system, and has spent the past 2 years working diligently to implement this system, improve efficiency, documentation, and organization for the agency. Trey has done great work as a liaison to Central Dispatch, has taken data management and analysis at OFD to new heights. He has been critical in the agency's accreditation effort. He has always shown the most pride, however, in the accomplishment of his team rather than accepting individual credit. He earned the recognition of his peers for his contribution to the department with his selection as OFD's 2021 Officer of the Year. After 20 years of service as a first responder, Trey plans to work on his last shift with OFD on July the 29th, 2024, before starting his next chapter of retirement. So let's hear it with the band. Mike's open. You're welcome to. Hey, you know what? Tell us.
If you would indulge me for about 30 to 40 seconds, I do have a little something to say.
We've had 30 seconds.
All right. So just a little bit about the career of a firefighter, real quick. You join the service. You join the fire department to help people. I mean, that's why you join. You really want to. You come in your first year, your first 2 years, you feel like you're making a difference. You feel like you're helping people. And then somewhere along the way, you kind of lose that. It doesn't, to you as a person, it doesn't really feel, you don't think about how you're helping people or how you're making a difference. And that happened to me for about 16 years. I can look back now and remember a few people that I helped. And I hope that out there in the community somewhere, somebody remembers to be helping them. And I think that is the case. So to the new guys, try not to lose that. Try to remember you are helping people. You will be in their memories. I appreciate the opportunity to work for the city of Owensboro and work at the fire department. I appreciate all the guys, every one of you. And my son would kill me if I didn't say it, so peace out, Girl Scout.
Okay, Brad Snap, front and center. Smokey, what are you doing, man? You quitting? Golly, want anybody to talk to on the breezeway? Get over here.
Hold on this side.
Brad joined the City of Owensboro Information Technology Department in October of 1998, dedicating the past 25 years to serving the city. Throughout his tenure, he has demonstrated exceptional programming skills and visionary leadership. His innovation, solutions, and commitment to excellence have significantly contributed to the department's success, and his ability to mentor and guide us through complex challenges has been invaluable. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Brad has been a source of inspiration and support for all of us. His positive attitude, collaborative spirit, willingness to share knowledge have made our workplace better and more cohesive environment. It says continue on next page. It could stop. As Brad embarks on this new chapter of his life, we want to express our deepest gratitude for his many contributions to the city of Owensboro. While we will greatly miss his presence in the office, we're excited for him as he begins his well-deserved journey of retirement. Brad Snap. You're welcome to speak.
I did not write a speech. I didn't know what to expect coming up here, but I mean, I've enjoyed my time at the city.
You hold this still.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's, we've been through a lot over the past 25.9 years or whatever it's been, or 9 months, but things have changed, and I've enjoyed working with everybody in IT. Computers are a challenge. Sometimes personalities are a challenge, but that makes it a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Sergeant. Nicholas Wellman, front and center. I know you. We did a ride around together or something, didn't we? Or did you, was it a long time ago? Okay, whoops, I better get the whole smear on you rather than just a little bitty thing. Sergeant Nicholas Wellman joined the Owensboro Police Department on August the 4th, 2008. Prior to his employment with OPD, Williams served over 6 years as a patrol deputy for the Davis County Sheriff's Office. During his years of service to the citizens of Owensboro as a police officer, Wellman served in numerous positions, including patrol officer, training officer, street crimes unit detective, and street crimes unit supervisor. As a narcotics detective, Wellman utilized a calm demeanor and a methodical approach to each investigation. Detective Wellman was awarded the Kentucky Narcotics Officer of the Year for the Western District in 2017. After being the street crimes unit supervisor, Wellman mentored new detectives and helped facilitate some of the most significant drug seizures in the department's history. Without question, Sergeant Wellman's commitment to the citizens of Owensboro and the Owensboro Police Department has had a significant impact on those we serve. We thank him for his service to our community. Not going to do anything? Okay, you're welcome to speak to the crowd.
I don't have anything to say. Not at all.
He's an action man. Get. Huh?
Oh, Wednesday.
Anyway, remind me to do these things in last next time, will you? Huh? Okay, next item on the agenda, Owensboro Health Mobile Clinic Unit. My friend, Dr. Jim Tidwell, Vice President of Population Health. Doc, you're up.
Well, thank you to each of you for letting me take just a minute to tell you about a project that actually I'm kind of embarrassed to say how long it's taken us to work on this project. But at Owensboro Health, we are in relentless pursuit of better health for the people of our communities. And we recognize that sometimes unmet social needs are barriers to people's health. Social needs such as a lack of transportation. And creating this mobile unit was a way to literally meet people where they are. And over the course of the last year or so, we have created a mobile unit that we deployed in June of this year. There are 3 locations here in Owensboro, Davis County, where we are going to be consistently located the same day of the week of the month, every month, and hopefully get the word out such that people will know that they can come and receive health care, basic health care, but that they have an entryway into the healthcare system through this mobile unit that hopefully is right in their neighborhood. Our 3 locations include the Bulware Mission, the Senior Community Center, as well as the New Life Church. So we're trying to focus on areas where we don't have bricks and mortar spaces, and this is going to help us give access to healthcare services to people who otherwise may not receive those services. That's really all I had to present. We've only done this for a few days so far. In fact, we were at the senior center this morning, and we really just want to get the word out so that people know that they can come and receive services there.
So, Dr. Tidwell, could somebody come into the clinic and needing a primary care physician, and you could refer them to that, or an orthopedic surgeon, or whatever?
Yes, absolutely, and anyone could walk into the clinic. This is not necessarily by appointment. If in the future, if somebody wants to establish our provider here in the picture is Kim Harley, we're going to have a provider who is consistent. I think starting next month, it will be the same provider for the foreseeable future at those 3 locations. And somebody could even establish that provider as their primary care. But yes, it will be a gateway into the entire Owensboro health system.
Any questions? Commissioner Smith-Wright.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
You said, on here it says it's the second Wednesday of each month?
It is the 3rd Tuesday at the Senior Community Center, as well as the 3rd Thursday at the, in fact, let's advance one slide if we could. That's the calendar.
Oh.
So the first Tuesday of each month will be at the Bulwer Mission, and then the 3rd week of the month will be on Tuesday at the Senior Community Center, and then on Thursday at the New Life Church. We chose those dates. They were curated with a lot of thought. For example, at the New Life Church, it's on that 3rd Thursday that there's often a food distribution, and so we thought by having the mobile clinic there on that day, it would allow people to come and receive food as well as healthcare services.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Glenn.
So is there room, I know this is a significant contribution by the hospital to their underserved communities. Is there room to expand it if you get a good response? I'm thinking of a couple of other homeless shelters that I obviously don't see on the list, but I mean, like you said, I'm sure you evaluated closely where to put them. So.
Yes, absolutely. So would you believe that we've already been asked by a number of other locations and shelters? I think everybody would like us to park this in their parking lot, and we'll try to as many places as we can. We are, of course, limited by mostly it's staffing. I should be transparent in saying that this trailer that we use was a gift of the Muhlenberg County Health Department, and we're able to use it as often as we want, but it has to be hauled up from Muhlenberg County every time that we use it. We've bought a new vehicle to be able to haul it around. You notice on the calendar we're also trying to reach folks in Hancock County. But yes, wherever possible, we're going to try to expand it. I was in a meeting today and heard our CFO talking about our 2nd unit already, and I thought, whoa, let us get a few more dates under our belt and work out the kinks. But yes, sir, that is our intention.
Thank you.
So my final question is, can you get any work out of Nicole and Debbie during this whole period?
Oh my goodness, they're the hardest workers in the organization, superstars.
Good carryover. Thank you, Doc. We appreciate you, and we obviously appreciate OH and all they do for not only Owensboro, but the 17, 19 counties you serve. It's really a blessing to have a facility and hardworking people to take care of us. It's as we get older, we're going to need it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here.
wants to go.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off.
See, I knew she had to say something. Let's call IT guy. He did. Next item on the agenda is something very dear and near to Kevin Culligan's heart, the York Stormwater Project.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
There you go.
Better. Brief update on the York project. So we're about 30% complete. You got a map on your screen. So just to kind of orient you, Carter Road is to the left of the screen, Parish Avenue towards the top. And the areas highlighted in green there are what we've completed to date. So of course we got the basin dug. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that. And then a couple storm sewer separations from combination sewer. That's on Griffith Avenue and South York. So those were pulled off combination sewer and tied into the storm sewer system on Carter Road. And the contractor is currently working on the paved ditch in the backyards. And so they started at the Carter Road end and with one crew. And then within the last week, they've got a second crew starting in the York Park area. And so they'll work from both ends and then meet in the middle. And, of course, this is just a picture of the basin. It's got the concrete channels in it there, and later this calendar year, probably this fall, early winter, we're going to partner with RWA to do some plantings, tree plantings in that basin, which will improve the aesthetics and provide some environmental benefit. And this is kind of what that will look like, different species. And so moving on, this is a picture of the contractor working on the paved ditch enlargement. This is the most difficult part of the project, just mainly due to access. And what you see here are these are crane mats. Those wooden things there, those are crane mats that the contractor placed, and the existing ditch is actually underneath of those, and so they're using those like a bridge to access from Ellis Avenue, and that's a kind of a mini articulated truck, and so they're running on those like a bridge, and so they'll build a short section, backfill, restore, and then pick up a few crane mats, move them out, and go on to the next section. So here's a section that's been recently constructed, and it's down there by the Carter Road Inn, and of course this is kind of what it looks like before. So
Look like mosquito heaven right there.
yeah. So that's about it.
The completion date?
Completion date, we should have this complete by the end of this fiscal year.
Okay. You're on record.
Sir.
Don't smile. Any other questions? Commissioner Smith-Wright?
When you said that was mosquito heaven, it just made me think, someone asked me the other day if we sprayed for mosquitoes anymore. You know, they used to go out and spray.
We do.
You still do?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so we have a contract, and
You're scratching a mosquito bite right now.
yes, we've got a contract with I think it's called True Green now. It was Action, and that's bid every so often. But yeah, we've got a contract with them, and the requests come in usually through public stuff, that app, city app, and so we send those requests to True Green, and they fog or spray or whatever they do.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Caslen?
Thank you, Mayor. Kevin, I was wondering, Will they be using the bridge type system between St. John's Church and the houses on Griffith? Of course, I live right there, and they've staged an area right behind the house, behind my house, and my wife was asking me if they would be, you know, having that bridge behind it like
Happy
that.
wife, happy life.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to get answers.
No, I don't think so. That was just a need for additional storage area. You know, it's just kind of tight having room to store all those things. We've got Ellis Avenue occupied, and then they've got a portion of the park occupied, and so they just needed more room to store materials like those crane mats and stuff like that. But the actual construction between Griffith Avenue and Biddle, it should just be, you know, a trench excavation and installation of storm sewer pipe. And so, yeah, they got permission from the church to use that area, and they accommodated them, so.
Yeah, they put all the pipe in there and in the train mats, and it kind of gave the impression that they might be doing that same thing up through there. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Glenn.
Kevin, my question is, it looked like have there been any street closures involved with this? And if so, how many more will we have as you finish the project? It looks like, you know, like Ellis Street and all that. Do you have any areas where you'll necessarily have to close streets while you do this?
We will. So, you know, to do the short runs on Griffith and South York, we close those streets, at least that end of it between Ellis and Carter. And then, like I say, they've got Ellis Avenue closed right now between South Stratford and I guess it's North York. And so just kind of the timeline of the project, it's the basin first, and then the paved ditch between Carter Road and Ellis, and then they can start working on those storm sewer conveyances on the streets, like on Ellis Avenue, Harlan, Biddle, and then they can send that additional water to that paved ditch. But we've got to get that enlarged first to handle the capacity. So the latter end of the project will be when you see more work in the streets at this point.
Do we have a way of notifying people in advance if their street's going to be closed?
We do. We communicate that with usually Shaylee, and she puts it out in different channels. So
I remember our previous project manager, he used to go knock on doors. Wayne used to go knock on doors and tell people they were doing that, but that's a lot of work. And with social media, you shouldn't have to do that. So,
you know, we will do that sometimes if it's something very intrusive, like being in someone's, you know, backyard or something like that. But typically, a street closure, I mean, I won't say that we knock on every door. You know, we'll post it in the media. And
okay, thank
Hey,
you, sir.
Thank you, Kevin. Any other questions? Good luck. I know it's your favorite project. Hello. Okay. Next item on the agenda, Dugan Best Recreation 50th anniversary. Miss Carrie Bodenheimer will bring her southern accent to the mic, please.
Oh, there we go. We're good. Oh, my goodness.
You can hold it if you want to.
Oh, we're good.
Thank you. Carrie Bodenheimer, Recreation Superintendent, Mayor and Commission, thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to you today about the Dugan Best Recreation Centre and its 50th anniversary. Kevin, you're a tough act to follow, so thank you. Just teasing. So I want to give my apologies for Andrea Johnson, our recreation specialist. She was planning on joining us today, but she is having to man the center and do the wonderful job that she does because Mike Gray, our center director, has unfortunately had a death in the family, and he's not be able to join us. So that's why Andrea's not going to be here today. So obviously the mission of the Dugan Best Recreation Center is to provide a wholesome, quality, clean, safe environment for the youth and adults of the community, and we continue to do that on day in and day out basis. It's named in honor of the late Mayor Dugan Best, who in 1966 had the vision to announce to his council members that the city dump on the west side is going to become a beautification project, and we're going to turn it into a park. And so he did. And it's been that way ever since. In '73, the Recreation Center was built and dedicated in 1974, and we've been open to our youth and adults in the community since that point. And we also like to point out there are no registration fees or membership fees to use the facility. The doors are open to the community 6 days a week. So meeting our staff, as we celebrate our 50th anniversary, we talk a lot about the bricks and mortar of the building, and it was built in '74, but really what is the constant, what makes the center so important and provides the benefit to the community are our staff over the years, including Miss Amanda Rogers, who was a previous director at the center there. But it's their smiling faces, their kind hearts, their enthusiasm, the hug they give to their kids as they come in after school. That's what makes the center so special, and what has made it a lasting impression on the community. So on your top left, you have Mike Gray, who, like I said, is our center director. He will actually celebrate 10 years with the department in October. Andrea Johnson is the top right. She's doing some homework help there with a young participant, and Andrea will be celebrating 17 years with us in October. And then on the lower portion, we have Miles Walker, who's been a long time, one of our part-time staff members, and he is a recreation assistant at the center. Zanaya King has only just joined us this last couple of months, and clearly we need to get a photograph of her. So Ms. Zanaya is not in the photographs there. This past fiscal year, we were open 305 days out of the year. We're open Monday through Saturday, closed Sundays and major holidays. And the staff that you saw in that previous picture, that is the staff, plus one. So when the center is open, Mike, Andrea, Miles, and I, they are on the floor, like I said, opening the doors, greeting the kids as they come in every day. We average about 46 participants a day, but that equals 14,000 over the course of a year. Plus you add on that some separate sports leagues, private events, rentals. That brings us to a grand total of about 16,000, just under 17,000 visits for the center in the fiscal year. Various programs take place throughout the year. Of course, we like our special events and our holiday themes. As you can see, some pictures of our Halloween. Basketball is always a huge program at the center. The kids love to come in and just do open gym time there. But I know Andrea, if she was speaking right now to you, I think one of her favorites is the homework help, where she really gets to sit down, a little bit of quiet time with the children and work with them on their schoolwork. And then the summer feeding program, she talked about that over the weekend, because she's not sure sometimes if the kids, when they leave the center at night, if they have a hot meal to go home to. So the fact that we offer the summer feeding program throughout the summer, thanks to the Davis County Public School System, is a huge benefit to the local children in that area. So this past Saturday, we celebrated our 50th anniversary with the Neighborhood Alliance hosting their annual gala day. It was a little warm, but we had a great time. I want to thank Commissioner Naismith, Commissioner Smithwright, and Commissioner Glenn for joining us that day. Thank you so much. We had a lovely turnout from the community and several activities. The kids enjoyed inflatables. There was 10 bikes that were given away that were donated by the Mount Pisgah 20 Lodge. We just had a really great time, and thanks again to the Neighborhood Alliance for allowing us to join in their celebration and do this 50th anniversary with them. So our 50th anniversary is not just going to be for one day. We anticipate doing various events throughout the year. A couple of the projects we wanted to highlight for you. The gym wall has a mural on it. It's probably going on 15, if not more years now. And there's several spaces that are becoming worn and the paint is peeling. The mural was done by Rex Robinson. And it's bright and it's vibrant and it's great and it served the community well, but we thought a nice way of celebrating 50 years would be an update to that mural. One of the ideas we thought about was the example you can see below it, which is basically, a graphic of various photographs. So we'll take multiple photographs of the center participants and do a collage on the wall with the Doing Your Best logo inside of it. We're also looking at redesigning the existing fitness room. This current fiscal year will be the planning side of that project, where Mike and Andrea can get with the community and the users of the center and really get some input in the machines that they can put in the fitness room, the different activities, what it's going to look like, be able to build a budget, and then hopefully get that in the budget for 25-26 fiscal year. And then another large project that we have, the existing tennis courts are actually up for resurfacing this fiscal year, so it's a great opportunity to look into how we can repurpose those courts. They are not heavily used by the tennis community at this time, and so there's different things that we can look at doing. Some examples could be a multi-sport court, as you can see on the top right. The lower left is an example of a street hockey basketball combination. The lower left is a basketball plus pickleball, tennis kind of a combination. So rather than just being one sport, it would be multiple sports that we could accommodate. It's a large space. It's 200 plus feet across. And so we'll have a public meeting on Thursday, August the 8th at 5:30 at the Recreation Center to gather some input from everybody and see if we can get a little bit more usage out of that space. That's all I have for today. Thank you for your time. If you've got any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So is there more room for mural design, did you say?
Yes, that's just in the initial stages right now. That was just one design we had seen and we're like, oh, that's kind of a neat idea. That's different to what we currently have. But no, we're not at a final design phase just yet.
Okay. Any other questions? Really? Senator Cashel.
Thank you, Mayor. Carrie, I was curious, have you guys mentioned anything about street soccer on those tennis courts when you refurbish them? Has that been mentioned?
Nothing. We haven't really mentioned anything at this point. We're open for ideas, and like I said, we've got the public meeting on August the 8th, so we certainly invite the community to come forwards and give us their thoughts and needs and what they would like to see on there. But
okay.
At this point, we're not off the table with anything, so.
Okay. I just noticed that, the street soccer over at Legion seems to be
popular all the time.
Very
yes,
popular,
yes.
And maybe having a few courts sprinkled around town would benefit the community.
Yes, that's certainly something that we're looking at as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Bodenhammer. Okay, next item on the agenda, City Manager Nate Pagan, project list.
Thank you, Mayor. If you've had the opportunity to review the project list, it is in your packet as it is every month. You heard the update from City Engineer on the York project, and as you well know, staff does a good job with project management and project delivery, so those updates are in your packet. Really nothing in particular I'd like to emphasize, but we'd be happy to answer any questions should you have them.
Commissioner Glenn has one.
Yeah. Fire Station 3, Mr. Pagan. So where, I know we're going to move the first responders to another location. Where, if you feel comfortable, where are we moving them while we build the new station?
Yeah, Leland, I think Station 3, are they relocating to the training center? Oh, that's right. Facilities maintenance for this one and future
I think
project
we talked
will be.
about that a month or
That's
so
right.
ago.
We did, but
Yeah,
I just
so that's
wondered.
the building there across from Duke and Best
Okay, well, the good news is, as we talked, is that sounds like it's a great location, so congratulations to both of you, good work.
And then I think when Station 1 is replaced, during that construction, those crews will move to the training center for a future project.
Okay. All right, nothing else, City Manager?
That's it.
Okay. Item 5A, consider the approval of the minutes dated June 18, 2024, July 2, 2024. I'll make a motion to approve these minutes. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion, addition, or deletions? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Consider board appointments. Northwest Neighborhood Alliance, reappoint Michael Johnson to a 2-year term effective July the 19th, 2024. York Neighborhood Alliance, reappoint Scott Gillum, Terry Hedges, Tracy Bivens Helm, Eric Houchin, and Timothy Scheidigger to a 2-year term effective July 2022, July the 22nd, 2024. And the Housing Authority Board of Owensboro, appoint Tanya Barr to fill the remainder of an unexpired term, replacing Gene Maddox, which ends March 21st, 2025. Have a motion to approve these appointments, please?
So moved.
Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. All right, we'll go to ordinance, second reading, roll call vote. Ms. Davis.
Ordinance 10-2024, an ordinance closing the street right-of-way of Gervin Court located north of McFarland Avenue in the 1900 block of McFarland Avenue in the city of Owensboro, Kentucky. Read for approval on second reading the 16th day of July, 2024.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve this. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Since we talked about this before, City Manager, do you have anything to add?
Nothing specific, Mayor, just happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Smithwright,
Aye.
Commissioner Neesmith,
Aye.
Mayor Watson,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Caslin,
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion approved. Item 6B, Ms. Davis.
Ordinance 11-2024, an ordinance closing an alley right-of-way located between 102 West 23rd Street and 119 West 24th Street in the city of Owensboro, Kentucky. Read for approval on second reading the 16th day of July, 2024.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. City Manager, you want to discuss again?
Nothing to add unless there are questions.
Okay. Roll call vote, please, Ms. Davis.
Commissioner Neesmith,
Aye.
Mayor Watson,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Caslin,
Yes.
Commissioner Glenn,
Yes.
Commissioner Smithwright.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion approved. Item 7, municipal orders, please.
Municipal Order 21-2024, a municipal order adopting the Davis County Emergency Operations Plan as the official plan for providing emergency management services. Read for approval on one reading the 16th day of July, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
City Manager, please.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. This municipal order approves an emergency operations plan for the city in collaboration with the county and the city of Whitesville. The Emergency Management Agency drafted this plan in accordance with the guidance issued by the State Office of Emergency Management. It's a large document that serves as the blueprint for the responsibilities of the various offices and agencies in the event of an emergency. We update it periodically. It's largely just mundane updates related to locations of nursing homes, schools, and that kind of thing. So it's largely the same as previous plans that we have approved.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 8, City Manager item.
Yes, for tonight, we have the following personnel appointments. For new hire probationary status, Mauricio Gonzalez, probationary full-time non-civil service appointment to maintenance equipment operator with the Public Works Street Department effective July 29th. Shelby Smith, probationary full-time non-civil service appointment to telecommunicator with the Police Department effective August 12th. For promotional probationary, Matthew Sissel and Joseph Wright, probationary full-time non-civil service promotional appointments to captain with the Fire Department effective July 28th. Christopher Webster, probationary full-time, non-civil service promotional appointment to applications and business analyst manager with the IT department effective July 28th. And then for regular status, who have completed their probationary period, Tanner Towns, regular full-time, non-civil service appointment to firefighter with the fire department effective July 3rd. Brandon Pendergraph, regular full-time, non-civil service appointment to lieutenant with the fire department effective July 30th. And Jeffrey Bell, regular full-time, non-civil service appointment to IT manager with the IT department effective July 31st.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve these appointments, please.
Second?
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. City manager comments.
No other comments.
Cool. Communication from elected officials. Commissioner Smith-Wright.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to congratulate the Parks Department on the Dugan Best 50th anniversary. My kids grew up in that center and they loved it, and my daughter read the article in Owensboro Times, and she sent me a text message, "Mama, that is the best place." So I just want to say kudos to the Neblett Center, to the Dugan Best Recreation Center.
That it?
That's it.
Okay, Commissioner Glenn.
I'd like to echo what Commissioner Smith-Wright said about Dugan Best, not just the center and our wonderful Parks and Recreation Department, but also the gentlemen that have been chairs of that neighborhood alliance for decades. Mr. Phillips, Mr. Hatchett, and Bobby McCormick, who's practically a legend. Those men just continue to serve that community with A-plus effort, and I'm very appreciative of all the great work Dugan Best Alliance does. Finally, I want to congratulate Tim Ross on a tremendous effort with the July 4th fireworks. I was not in town, but I got an email from somebody named Charlie Caslin who told me he really enjoyed the fireworks at Moreland Park. And this is the second or third time, by the way, Tim, that he's done this. So you got one fan besides me, and that's Charlie. So the county is envious of what we've done with our fireworks program when we spread it out. So good job.
I think the judge lives across the street from it, so
Yes,
he's
does.
got a
Yes,
nice,
sir. That is
got a nice
confirmed.
seat.
He does.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. I too went and watched those fireworks. Something that I did the other day was took my grandson to the batting cages out at Jack Fisher Park. And I tell you, we have got some really nice parks, and anybody that complains they don't have anything to do should just go visit the parks, because we've got it going on in all areas. But Carrie, one thing that my grandson did say was, why isn't there an automatic pitching machine? Because Papa's arm gets tired pretty quick. But I gave him all he needed, but at the same time, that was one of the questions brought up that I didn't have an answer for. But anyway, thanks again for the beautiful parks. I'm finished. Thank you, Mayor.
You sure?
Yes.
So how's your arm?
Huh?
How's your arm doing?
Pretty
Never
good.
mind.
I'm getting
Okay.
it ready for the cornhole championship.
Commissioner Eastman.
Yes, I attended a meeting of the Owensboro Davis County community. It's the Drug Steering Alliance, and they're planning for the next 12 months. It was people from the health department, from Owensboro Health, all of our agencies that serve social needs in the community. And there was a leader there that helped us. I don't know if any of you have ever been on committees where you try to come up with the plan for the year. And it was very interesting on how that we all reached the same conclusions and things we all already knew, but it looks like what ways can we do differently to impact it even more in the future. And prevention was one of the main goals of this. So I'm looking forward to things coming together this next year and sharing that information and also helping people that we can. So I appreciate being on that committee, Mayor.
I'm glad I appointed you to that committee.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Didn't they have it at some place you're pretty familiar with?
Yes, I think the Hampton
Yeah,
Inn
oh,
and
that's
Suites
right.
downtown, yes.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, item 10, open public forum. Members of the audience may address the Board of Commissioners on any matter of public concern that was not on tonight's agenda. Comments are limited to issues within the scope and responsibility of the commission. Commission meetings are held to conduct city business for the benefit of Owensboro citizens and taxpayers. The meetings are not intended to serve as public forums for candidates who are campaigning for political office. Political candidates will not be allowed to use the commission meeting to promote his or her candidacy for public office. At this time, anyone who wishes to address the city commission, please make their way to the podium to be recognized. Speakers must state their name and address for their clerk's record and limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less. You can come up and use this mic if you want, I don't care. Can you pause just for a second while we turn your mic on? Absolutely. I'm old, so I need to. How many people does it take to turn the mic on?
Okay, it's on. Hey, how are you? My name is Raven Hagan, and I live at 903 West 13th Street. And Pam Smith-Wright actually suggested that I come down here and give you guys a little bit of background on it. The house in question is actually 825 West 13th, and I've been there for about 10 years now. The owner of it actually passed away 3 years ago. We've kind of had problems with it for a long time. It's a hoarding house. We've gotten roaches. I mean, I think everybody down the block actually is still dealing with the problem. So after he passed away, his wife was only able to be there a few months until she was put in the nursing home. They don't have any children. They don't have any family, nobody that can take care of the property. So we did that as long as we could, but I have made countless calls to the city. They actually finally just sent somebody out one time, which was, I believe, last week. I've called and talked to the mayor's assistant twice. I've just we've made police reports, but there's been people that have been breaking in, and we've boarded it up and we've tried to keep people out, but I'm afraid that the problem is going to continue to be ongoing with people knowing that the house is vacant and nobody's there. And we just, it's just been a problem for us, and I'm hoping that somebody can help us with it because the backyard has been taller than my husband. We can't let our children play outside because they're getting ate up by mosquitoes. And obviously the roaches, we've just spent countless dollars trying to take care of the problem, and we're just not getting any help from anyone, I feel like.
City manager?
Yeah, thank you. I don't think I was aware of that particular instance or issue, so we'll look into it and follow up as we can.
Okay, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
We'll need your phone number or something. Leave it with
Okay.
Abby's right there, and
Okay.
that way we can make sure we
Thank you.
handle it as we can. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? All right.
Hi, I'm
Hello.
Kathy Estes, 4104 Buckland Square. I have a couple things today. First off, it's hot. That's how I began my correspondence with all members of the City Commission last year in August when I was inquiring why we did not open a cooling station when everybody around us was. And here it is almost a year later, and it appears we still do not have a plan for that. So I'm just bringing that up again and asking you all to look at that. I thought maybe when you renegotiated the contract with our, can't think of the word right now, our
White flag?
yes, for our white flag events, that you may have looked at that also, but it appears that didn't happen. So in the meantime, since all of our shelters stay full on a regular basis during normal weather events, if anybody needs a ride to a publicly owned facility such as City Hall or Davis County Courthouse, give me a shout and I'll give you a ride. The other thing I'd like to address is medical cannabis facility. There's been a lot, I know you all are looking at that and what restrictions we may want to put on as a community. There's a couple things that have been discussed, such as putting an additional fee on for law enforcement and medical expense increases. I'm wondering if you might take a longer look at that. I have asked if there's actually statistics to show that there is an increase in those two areas, and was given Denver, Colorado, and Cleveland, Ohio as examples where there have been increases. But I have talked to an uncle that works for Cleveland Police Department, and he has indicated that that's not his experience, and he's going to send me some stats from the Cleveland Police Department, and I'll share those with you when I receive them. I've also talked to a police officer and 2 firefighters from Akron, Ohio, and that also is not their experience. As far as the medical, transporting the medical, that they say their biggest problem there is heroin, and any cannabis-related transports have been where people have bought cannabis off the street that was either laced with fentanyl or some other drug, that they have really not seen any type of increase due to medical cannabis. The other thing that you all have been...
Go ahead.
The other thing that you have been considering is putting an additional or limiting where a facility may be located, and I'm just questioning why you would make a distinction between a cannabis pharmacy and any other pharmacy. To purchase at a cannabis pharmacy, you have to have a certain medical condition and also a physician prescribed prescription, just like with any other medication at any other pharmacy. So I'm not really seeing that, why there's a distinction there. It just sounds like we may be going to put so many restrictions on that we will once again drive any business away from our community. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. I know that our legal counsel's researching that all over the place, and haven't formulated a decision yet, but we're in the process of trying to do the right thing. Okay. Anybody else? Open mic. It's karaoke in 30 minutes. Hearing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Can I have a second, please? Second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Good night, Barbara. We are done.